Okay, so we'll start the group call in about 8 minutes, or just about 7 minutes, and go from there. Okay, welcome guys to the group call for the week, 4th of February. I used to call this the group Zoom call, but unfortunately streaming to Zoom from the this video mixing software that I'm using is not showing in high definition. So we're going to actually stop using the Zoom and just focus primarily on streaming to YouTube. I'm also streaming to Facebook, but I'm not sure how that looks. I need to just check that page. It's basically just to the DTB Traders NinjaTrader 8 Facebook page. It is streaming on there. Again, I'm not quite sure on the quality. Anyway, welcome to the call, guys. We are going to cover a few things this week, or a few things today. First of all, I normally start with the signal chart. So that's what you are seeing on the screen at the moment. As you can see from the beginning of the session, we had a beautiful marker left behind over there, the orange one, telling us there's a likely reversal. We even had a confirmation arrow from the shadow trading, so that gave us a nice signal to go down. The price came down and just touched the 76.4 over here, which is that level over there. These Fibonacci levels do come into play. And bounced off that, and then when it finally broke through the 76.4 fib level, it's running down now because there's no more resistance stopping it. So these levels are quite powerful to watch. And if you're just jumping on Zoom, Christopher, I'm trying to get the guys to switch over to the YouTube channel because the Zoom isn't clear at all. Okay, so that's what's been happening on the signal charts, and then we've had a white marker, we've had a red marker, and obviously the values that you are seeing, you see the tick values they are presenting. So this marker on top actually is now repositioning itself because that signal has changed. So you're going to constantly see these breakout markers reposition themselves based on their signals. There we've got a white marker over there at the moment. So you're going to see this constantly happening, with this chart. We've got a few other signal charts over here. So this is the take it and run signal chart that Paul came up with, that he put together, a few of the indicators, showing us just the price movement without too much noise on the chart. So very simple. This one, is using the smoke and water trend following indicator, which is basically when the bars are white, the buyers are in control. When the bars are blue, the sellers are in control. And we've got some support and resistance here, and a few things on there. So that is happening on that chart. We've got this one over here, which is using the ultimate bands, which is one of the tools that we have. The advanced retracement, nice one to tell you, how far price has retraced since its last signal. That gives you that. We've got our levels and range. So you might have seen that just flick as you switch to the chart. It should be updating all the time in real time. And these are all the simple moving averages. So instead of opening up, a 15-minute chart with a 20 simple moving average, this is plotting it there. Instead of opening up a 1 hour chart with a 20 simple moving average, this is plotting. So these are the current levels. So if you had to open up a 1 hour chart and load a 20 simple moving average, that is exactly where that level will be. So just showing you a lot more information on one chart instead of having multiple charts open. This one is more of our trade support with volume analysis happening over there. And this one is a brick wall with volume again. And this final one, it's not part of the template, but we're going to discuss this chart in a few minutes. These two indicators, extremely important, amazing information on this. So we're going to cover this towards the end of the call. something truly phenomenal. So if you definitely stick around for that, because this is going to be really something you want to take in. Okay, so there is a new update to the DTB system. I launched a new assembly a few days ago. I think it was on Friday. So whatever that, I think it was the 1st or the 2nd of February, whatever date is in there. So no new update over the last 2 or 3 days, just that last one that I announced on the Discord channel. All right, so let's take off this video. I want to just see. Okay, so a quick thing I'll mention too, when you are seeing all the markers disappear off the chart, that means they all are trailing price at this stage. So they still got to leave a signal. Okay, so that is what you're going to notice when that happens. So there you have, okay, that's the shadow trading signal over there. Okay, so let's first of all look at our results for last week. So last week we released the game plan, which is on here, and I haven't updated this document yet because I have decided to just change the look and feel of this of the game plan. So what I'm planning on doing is, instead of having it on one document like this, is have it on some sort of an Excel or spreadsheet with different tabs at the bottom, so we can historically see all the previous game plan results for the previous weeks. So every single week I basically write over this game plan, and then it copies over it, but it'll be nice to see or have a bit of a backtracking history of all the different game plans for all the previous weeks. So that'll be good to do. Now, I'm only able to implement that once I've created a new spreadsheet and I've put that link in the tool. So, I mean, that all has to be updated in the back end. But let's have a look at the previous week's game plan. So this game plan was released on Sunday last week, 7 days ago. And just 1 second, let me just remove this stupid timer from the chart. We don't need to see that anymore. So this was the week, this was for the trading week of, why did I put 7 January? Oh, sorry, that was the date, don't worry about that, that was just me. Okay, so that was for the trading week, 29, 30, 31st, 1st, and 2nd. So, what I basically do with the game plan, for some of you who might not be familiar with it, is I basically tell guys exactly what charts I'm going to be running for the week ahead. I basically say, this is the chart, that is the data series to load, this is the custom range, this is the strategy, this is the template. So each strategy's got its template, and we basically load all of this, and then I pop a screenshot of my chart and the historical results. So I do that for all the for all the charts on there. So the results for this last week, I post my results in here. So if I go to the beginning of the week, we'll just see it was the 29th. So there we go. Let me just go back a little bit. Okay, so if you look at the group results, you'll see the first chart, template 1, which is template 1 of the game plan, because they're all listed according to the templates that they are showing in there. Template 1 to template 3. Template 1 on the 30th of January, it made 190 profit. Template 2 made a 513 loss. Template 3 made 187 profit. Okay, and then for the next day we've got the values in there. So that was for the following trading day. And this is the last day of the month. So 31st, the last day of the month is often something where I say, historically it's never been a good day anyway, the last day of the month. I've let it run anyway for that. But in future, I'm actually not going to use the last day of the month. And I've discussed in detail why in the past. Okay, then the first day of the month, we had 473 profit on template 1, 993 on profit on template 2. And then template 3 had a 445 loss. So all of these are put in there. And then we've got the second, which is template 1, template 2, those are the results there, and then template 3, and then that's the game plan for the week. So for the week on my live account, I actually made just under $6,500 using that game plan for the week. So that's what happened that week. And it's obviously not every week we are going to be ahead. Some weeks we're going to be behind, but generally we have some sort of consistency there. I don't remember we having an entire month at a loss on the game plan. Maybe I'm wrong, but we do have some weeks where we lose. So we're trying to get an average of results over here. Okay, and there's been some really good results shared in here too. So thank you, Mauricia, for sharing your template results. So this is basically the template that Christopher has shared. So the template I use in the game plan is a bit different to the one that it was provided by Christopher. So he's given these templates. So thank you so much, Christopher. I know you're on the call. Thanks for sharing your results and detailed screenshots. This is really cool. So you're not only sharing your results, but you're also sharing the exact templates that you are using for these results. So thank you so much again for that. I know you don't mind me showing this because we're on the public Discord results page. So thank you so much for showing that. Keeping it alive in there. So what I'm going to be doing is for this week, I'm going to be redoing the game plan. I'm going to keep it in its existing format. So after the call today, I'll just jump in and adjust those and basically create the new game plan for the week ahead. So we'll still run with 3 charts and go from there. So the main strategy that has been focused on this week is the baseline wick trader. So this is where Christopher, you're sharing your templates, which is really cool, and again your results in there. So that's awesome. So I think that's going to be still a main focus going forward, and the game plan is also going to include some of these templates. So really good contribution there. Okay, so I'm going to try and do some sort of a training on every call that we have, or maybe not every single call, depending on how much time we have, but I want to create some sort of some training on a specific tool for each session, so that we can cover these in these regular weekly calls. Okay, so this is what I wanted to cover today. Okay, so I've made a slight adjustment to this indicator. So if you go into your indicators and you load up the daily range, when this comes up, it'll be nice if it comes up quick. Okay, so in your daily range indicator, you are going to notice that there's a little extra box section there, and it's called point of no return. Okay, and it's going to have the option to show it or not show it. It's going to have a time when it starts and a time when it ends. So generally what I'm trying to do is have a time before the session closes up until session close. Okay, so this is the new addition, and we'll go into what that means in a moment. And in the daily range, we've also got the ability to choose which days we want to show. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to show the last 5 trading days, and then it's going to show 10 days ago, 15, 20, and 30. So if we do that and you load it on a chart. So remember, if you're loading up 30 days in your indicator settings, so I want to show up to 30 days ago. Okay, if you're going to select up to 30 there, remember that's 30 trading days. So if you want to show 30 days successfully, you actually have to load like 45 days on your trading chart. So about that value will work fine. Okay, so what this is going to do is at that specific time of the day, it's going to paint a line. So that's 2 p.m. and at 5 p.m. it's going to draw the line too, and it's also going to color the bars based on what settings you have in there. So you can choose the coloring of your bars. Now, to understand the daily range, think of, and I know probably some of you, this is the first time you're ever going to hear anything like this. and it's not covered much at all. I don't think there's any company or vendor out there that actually goes into detail about the daily range or even understands it clearly, and I think it's because they haven't really got the tools to back up what they're going to say. So the great thing about the DTB system is not only is it giving you really powerful indicators to tell you what price is likely to do, where it's going to go next, but it's also giving you a lot of information about price. Now, information is really key to making good trading decisions. So the daily range, think of it like a racetrack. Okay, so a racetrack of where the banks and institutions are basically riding the price. Now you can as you would imagine, every single thing that has a price is regulated and controlled. Now every instrument and every contract on any exchange is also regulated. I mean, everything is regulated. Grains are regulated. The price of grain, the price of fuel, the price of everything is regulated. And it's the exact same with the price of the futures. Now we know that there is a limit up and a limit down, so that is basically going to stop a huge collapse in the market. It's going to stop a huge rise in the market. So those are the ultimate control factors for price. But then there's also something called the daily range. Now this is something that is listed on the chart here. So as an example, one trading day ago, which was Friday, I just might take off something on this chart just so that top one is visible. Show the date range. Okay, that's just blocking some of my text. Okay, so one trading day ago was Friday. It was 310. Thursday was 347. This is how many points the price has moved. Okay, so if you go and you go, it's like 1200 ticks. So if you go 310 times 4, it's like 1240 ticks. That's how far price moved on Friday between its high and its low. Thursday 347, the day before 318, 306, 296, and then before that we were in the low, in the mid 200s, so 240, 243, 248, 227. So this is where the banks and institutions are trading within. So if you look at the average daily range, it shows 282. Now we have gone back quite a distance of 30 days, but there's obviously been a slight change in the allowed range of the current day. Now that might sound strange, what is the allowed range? I firmly believe that the banks and institutions, and I don't know how many of them control the price. I would say there's probably 10 banks and banking bodies or banking groups and fund groups that are basically working within a specific range, and this range is being delegated to them either weekly, monthly, every 4 weeks or whatever. But the banks and institutions are basically working within this range, and they're not going to just shoot out of it uncontrollably, and they're not going to shoot. They're going to be working within like this racetrack, which I call the daily range. So why this is important is that it gives us a very good indication of how far price is likely to travel during a specific day. Now, obviously, over the last between 5 days ago and 10 days ago, that range has slightly changed. So where it was averaging about 230, 240, now all of a sudden it's averaging 300. So they've obviously increased the range that they are working within. So over the last 5 days, they have basically been working within a 300 point range. Okay, so what that means is that, if we're looking at the chart, I've got two indicators on this chart, by the way. So if you guys want to follow along, it's really awesome to do. I've got obviously the daily range indicator, and I've got the price range. So that is the second one. Now I'm going to eventually just join these two together because you know the only thing difference between the price range and the daily range is just, you know, some figures at the end, which I could theoretically join together. But those are the two indicators that you should load on your chart. Now, if we go to the very end of the chart first, you'll see that we have a open, low, and high. Okay, so if I go to the ruler toolbar here, you will see the price opened over there. It currently went down a total of 51 ticks. That's how far price has gone down since the open. Okay, that's why you'll see that number over there, which says 51. Okay, and since the open of price, the price has gone up 129 ticks. Okay, so that these values on the right are going to keep updating during the trading day. Okay, so it's going to basically tell you how far price has gone up from the open, how far price has gone down from the open. So pretty cool, just information. I love giving you guys vital information. Okay, and the next value you're going to see here, it says 45. So 45 is the amount of points the price has currently traveled today. So if you go from the top of the price, which is over here, and you go to the bottom of the price, that is 180 ticks or 45 points. So what it's doing is it's telling you exactly how many points the price has moved during the trading day so far, and where is it currently? Is it at 50%? Means it's basically exactly halfway. It's basically exactly halfway. So that is information that you will be using later in the day. Now on the left of the chart, you will also see it says current daily range 45 points. So it's also in the left there. It's telling you the average daily range of all the days you have. Obviously it's telling you the high, the bid, the low. It's giving you the highest range of any of the previous days you got listed. So the highest previous range was 347. The lowest range was 227. And it's giving you the current direction of price. Okay, so, and it's telling you also the retrace. So this is the retracement value from the high or the low. So you'll see the price is currently retraced 15 points from the low, because that's the one that's closest at the moment. So whichever level is closest, the low or the high, this value is going to keep updating. Now the reason why I've colored these bars is because as I've shown you, during a trading day, now this is going to be like a major wow factor for some of you. But during a trading day, as the price moves up and down, okay, so as an example, on Friday, here's Friday's data. The price moved, it reached a new low at 9:30 like this. And then it went up. Okay, it went up. At 2 p.m., okay, we had already reached the high of the day. Okay, we reached the high before that. And the price only just moved a little bit higher. So as you can see, the average daily range will be, the day before that was 347. So we kind of are here at the moment. So what's going to happen is they are if they have not reached the average daily range, which they had already, I mean, this is already meeting the average daily range, you are not going to see the price shoot up majorly from this point, because they already fulfill the daily range. So generally what they're going to do is just bob the price around, and they got no time, they can't go up because they're basically within, they're very close to within the daily range. So they're just going to move the price around. So often at this time of the day, they're not going to have time to move the price all the way to the low and push it down, because there's not enough time in the day for them to actually do that. So I'll look at some previous days too. So this is the day where they went up and they just smashed the daily range. So that was that 347 over there. So, again, not enough time to come down to increase the daily range, so they went up. Now, I've put 2 p.m. because generally by 2 p.m. we know we know if they've reached the daily range or not. This is a very interesting one. They come down, they smash the price up very briefly to meet the average daily range, or to meet the daily range. They couldn't push the price further because they basically, in my opinion, not allowed to, or they might get penalized. So they pushing the price down because they've already fulfilled the daily range. That's why they just pushed it up there. They touched a new high. They couldn't push it higher because they're already on 318 points. So the only room for them to move is back down again. So every day you're going to see this type of a thing play out. At a certain time of the day, we know that they either they haven't got enough time to completely reverse the price to the low or the high of the day. So they're just going to work within the specific range that they're given. Now, it has been a little bit wider, like the last 2-3 days, like 310, 347, 318. But generally, when you have this on your trading chart and you're watching this, you will see that very often they're not going to push the price beyond the average daily range. Now, like I said, that average daily range is dictated to them, at whatever, whether it's a week or in advance or 2 weeks in advance, but you can guarantee that the price is regulated. I mean, if this price wasn't regulated, you are going to have vastly different numbers in here every day, because this bank will want to push the price up, this one will want to push it down. It'll be all over the place, but you're going to find that very often over a period of time, you're going to see the daily range very, very close in values. Okay, so let's go back a bit more. So same thing over here, pushed it down a little bit in there. So the reason why I think this is important is because when you are trading, and you're trading in the afternoon of the day, you are going to be able to choose your direction bias. So same thing over here, the price, I'm just going back to show you previous days, okay? So here's the opening high and low of the current day, which was there. The price went up, price went down, 4 p.m. So by 9:40 p.m., okay, they basically, reached the low, they pushed the price around. Now, we haven't even looked at Fibonacci levels. I mean, that also comes into play. But at this time of the day, when the price is around the open, if this price doesn't break below the open of the day, there's only one direction for it to go, because they have decided that this is the way they're going to move. So keep looking at where the price is at specific times of the day, and you'll be able to choose like a direction bias based on what you're doing. So same thing over here. I mean, it's never the same, okay? It's never exactly the same, and it's not absolutely clear every single time, because they are there to screw us at the end of the day. But generally, when the price has fulfilled its daily range, they are not going to be pushing the price above the high of the day and up, because they've already fulfilled the daily range, and there's not enough time left in the day to actually do that. So this is what we're looking at. There's another one, that one's just pushing up. So you can continue to go back on the chart, and you can just have a look at what price is doing. Again, I put this time at 2 o'clock. Now that's a time that I just made up of, by this time of the day, they've either fulfilled the daily range or they haven't fulfilled the daily range, the average. So it gives you a kind of an indication of where likely price is going to go for the rest of the day. So, that's why I've given you guys this information on this. Like I said, it's not an exact science, but, again over here, we've got by 10 a.m. they already fulfill the average daily range. So they're not going to push the price lower because they already fulfill the daily range. So when you see the price going up, they just basically trading within the racetrack, which I call the daily range. Now, if I go to the indicator settings, okay, I'll just go to the indicator settings. Oh, come on. I don't need your help. Okay, I go to the indicator settings and I'm going to go to over here and just adjust some things in here very quickly. So like I said earlier, you can adjust how you want to see, how many days you want to see. So you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go the last 10 days. Okay, so we'll go like this. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now if you do this, it's going to update these to only show you the last 10 trading days. Okay, so there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can see between there's 240, 250, 260, 265, 275. You see it was slowly creeping up there. 275, and then now we're at the 300s. So I would venture to say that during this day ahead, now again, I'm not sure when this daily range values are reset, how wide a berth are they given, but you're generally probably going to see the price fluctuate around the average, which is 287, 310, 320, somewhere around there. So that is going to be the average range of the day. So when price is touching the highs of that daily range, there's very low chance they're going to continue pushing that price up unless that whole range has changed. So think of the daily range as your racetrack, and when you are running your automated strategies, whatever time of the day, check on your average daily range, check if the range has been met yet, okay? And then when you're running, say for example, you're running your Medina Wick trader strategy, which I'll just activate over here very quickly. Don't activate it on the same chart because it will take a long time to load. You don't want to be running this automated strategy on this daily range chart, but I'm just going to pop it on here temporarily. Just run it on a separate chart on its own. But when you're running your automated strategy, you can basically choose your direction bias. So obviously not only looking at your average, at your daily range, but also looking at your different signal charts. So you'll be looking at your different signal charts, determining where price is likely to go, but you also have in the back of your mind looking at your average, at your daily range, to see if they've already fulfilled it or not. Because during the trading day, they can go crazy within that daily range. It's only when they start getting to the edge of that daily range would there be a lot more control put on the banks and institutions, the ones that are really moving the price. So you can basically choose your direction bias of your automated strategy towards the end of the day. So that's if that's the amazing thing about being able to I might just change this to 1 day just to actually let's make it 5 days just to get the strategy to load up faster. And as soon as you load less days on the chart, you'll see on the right it says not enough days loaded, not enough days loaded. So that tells you. But basically, taking off this indicator over here, I'll just take them off very quickly because I really wanted to show this on a separate chart. During the trading day, you can choose your direction bias. Okay, so if the daily range has already been met and you can see the price is starting to go down, you will just select short only. So while your strategy is trading, you can basically choose your direction bias. So this is why it's so important to have strategies that have buttons that you can control. I mean, you obviously want to have control of your strategies. Like when the price is trending down or trending up, no matter what historically the price has done or what optimizations you have done, if you are seeing a specific trend in price, or you're seeing the price fail to break to new levels, then you definitely have the option to choose your direction bias. Then you got a much higher chance of success on any of your strategies, because you are only trading in the direction of the prevailing trend. Cool. So I hope that was clear as mud. So any questions on the daily range, pop them through. But just watch it for a while, and especially the guys trading in the US. As soon as you get to 11, 12, 1 p.m. in the afternoon, go in and have a look at the daily range. Go and have a look where price currently is, because you're going to be very, very impressed when you start looking at that daily range, and you see they've already fulfilled the daily range. The price is not likely to go up further or go down further, depending on where that is. Okay, so that's what I wanted to cover today on the call. Again, not many companies or people or vendors will talk about the average daily range and its importance, because they don't actually have the tools to support what they're actually sharing. Okay, so so again, load up the daily range and the price range. So these two tools together are going to show you some very good information on the chart. Okay, so there we go. So 129, 51, you see, and it's updating all the time. You're seeing your percentages, you're seeing all the value. So this information is valuable to any professional trader. I mean, if you are a high-end professional trader and you want to know what the average daily range are, where the price has been met or not, this is all information that you will want to see. The other option is going manually and going back and measuring every single day's daily range. I mean, who the hell's got time for that? Whereas this is giving you vital information as much as you want to load. So if you only want to load a few days, you can select a few days. If you want to measure a specific period of time, whatever value that is, you can basically load this up, and all this information on the left is going to give you that. So there's our indicators. I mean, say for example, you just want to go the last 5 days. You can load the last 5 days of range on there. So it's always good to pick up a period where the average day, where the range is similar, because different times of the year you're going to have different daily ranges. Okay, so there was a big part of last year where the average daily range was like 140 points. It was 140 points for a few weeks. It varies all the time. So it's good to be in tune with what I always load the last 5 days on at least, because it tells me, okay, the last 5 days the price has been fluctuating between this value. I mean, we did have a slightly larger range on Thursday, but generally, look, 310, 318, 306, 296. It's very, very close. All right. So that is that. So what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of hours is just putting together the game plan for the week ahead. So that is what I'm going to be doing. So if you guys can continue to share your results in the chats over here, that'll be awesome. I'm going to be releasing a new subscriber package. So currently we've got the we've got the, let me just load it up here quickly. If I go to the DTB Traders website, we currently have the subscription packages on here. If we scroll to the bottom, you'll see these are the current subscription packages. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be launching a contributor package. So a contributor package is someone like Chris, who is constantly, you know, sharing screenshots, sharing results, sharing, you know, templates, you know, all these things. So he's a contributor. He's basically contributing to the DTB system by sharing not only his results, but also how he's getting to his results using the tools. So there's going to be a new, there's going to be a brand new package, which is not going to reflect here, but each person who is giving contribution to the DTB system will be paying a significantly less subscription, you know, to have access to the tools and use the tools. Okay, because they're actually doing something to help the you know, the community grow. So I'm going to be doing that this week, and you know, anybody that's paying, you know, the subscriptions that is contributing will fall onto that package. And it's obviously a lot less than what this is. Cool, so that's going to be great, and that'll just encourage more people to be more active. Okay, so that is it for the call today, guys. Thank you very much for your time, and just watch out for the game plan chat inside the Discord channel. So all subscribers, DTB subscribers, are going to have access to the game plan chat, and I'm going to update you guys there later when the game plan is ready. And I'll be posting a screenshot of my charts for the week, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, thank you so much for jumping on the call, and we shall chat during the week. Thank you.